As the eurozone sovereign debt crisis rumbles on and completes its second year and passing, one of the things that's most obvious about this crisis is its ability to move from some countries within the eurozone that are perceived as being more financially weak to even stronger nations within the monetary bloc. Now, if we take, for instance, Italy, we know that the cost of borrowing over the next 10 years to come, so the yield on its 10-year bonds has surpassed 7%, that crucial danger point at least twice over the course of the last 2 weeks. But the same trend is being felt on other countries, like, for instance, the Netherlands, albeit its bond yields are much, much lower, but they have been surpassing the highest level we've seen in about a month, reaching about 2.44%. Another country that has suffered the same fate of late is Austria. Its bond yields, admittedly, round about half of the cost of Italy's borrowing, but as you can see, it's still at 3.65% and rising. And we know other countries across the eurozone, like, for instance, France and Spain, with much larger debt piles, are also seeing their bond yields soar as well. If we move along and talk about why this is the case, well, two or three things become obvious. On the one hand, it is the perceived creditworthiness of these countries and also fears, not just of contagion, but also of a recession as well. Take, for instance, the AAA-rated countries across the European Union. There's 9 of them across the region, as you can see, the ones denominated in red, but about 6 of them are within the eurozone itself. What's really striking here is the difference that some of these countries have to pay to borrow money. For instance, while countries like Italy are suffering record borrowing costs, countries like, for instance, Germany are actually enjoying the lowest borrowing costs that they've had in many, many years. If you factor in the difference between 1.8% and take a look at Italy's borrowing costs of 7% plus of late, well, that really gives you an idea of the cost of contagion across the eurozone.